Oh,
Okay, we are joined by St. Louis head coach and student athletes Isaiah Swope and Gibson Jimerson. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Schertz. We'll take questions for the student athletes. We'll dismiss them, and then we'll take questions for Coach. So we'll start with an opening statement.
First, just want to congratulate Davidson on a really good season. I know, they record, they won a bunch of games, whatever, 17, 18 games, but had a chance to win a lot more. That's a really good basketball team, very well coached. Matt does a great job with his players. They've got obviously arguably the best player in the league in Reed Bailey, the hardest guard in the league, and to get a guard in Reed Bailey, and so credit to them. I thought our guys, proud of our guys to continue to fight. I thought we got off to a great start. Had some breakdowns. A lot of that was our inability to, we trying to do as good a job as we could on Bailey and let some of the other guys get going. Second half, I thought they really, punched us in the mouth there for a stretch, and was happy to see our guys respond. I thought from about the 10-minute mark there were some big-time plays on both ends of the floor for us. Isaiah made a couple of huge threes, Gib a couple of huge threes. Amari's minutes off the bench when Isaiah was in foul trouble had a lot of things that happened for us to get over the hump. So at this point, you're just trying to play well enough to earn another chance to play. You want to just keep playing one more day. And so took on a really good team. Proud of our guys for finding their way through the competition. And now we got to turn around and do it again tomorrow afternoon against another really good team.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now take questions for the student athletes. We have mics on both sides, and please say your name, affiliation, and direct who the question is to. We'll start right here in the second row.
Gibson, Tom Timmerman from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. You guys are down 2 there about 5 minutes to go, and Swope comes down and hits 2 straight threes. Was that like the most predictable thing you could imagine?
No, man, it's credit to Swope. He's, it happened a few games ago, made 2 big threes at the end of the game to kind of help us, take the lead and kind of, take control there. But, that's just who he is. He cherishes those moments at the end of the games when it's tight. So, no, it was impressive. It got us going a little bit, and, we were able to finish it out. But those were huge. And
Isaiah, just for you, I mean, you did it again. Just once again, the same as before, just the confidence out there for your shot?
Yeah, I feel pretty confident just overall when it gets down to the crunch time, last 5 minutes of the game. But honestly, my teammates, they kept me afloat when I was on the bench. So when I came in the game, I felt pretty comfortable with the energy that they created from going on a run. So there's credit to them.
We'll go front row.
Stu Durando with Substack. Gibson, sometimes teams come in here and, the shooting background is an issue and that type of thing. I don't think any of the teams that have played so far had made more than 8 or 9 threes. But you guys were both shooting well. Is that just a non-issue at this point in your careers?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, obviously when you're in a big arena like this and it's, we're playing with different basketballs that we're used to. But, I kind of always say, if it's orange and 29.5 and, be able to shoot it. So, but no, I mean, I think it's just, coming out there being confident and same with Swope. Like if you're open shooting it, it is different. But, I'm never going to let, venue or ball or whatever that may be affect, confidence in shooting. That's what the work's for. And, if I'm 0 for whatever, I'm still going to keep shooting it. Got confidence in that. So, just came out there, shot with confidence, and, Swope as well. So, that's kind of what you saw there.
Go front row in the middle. Mike's coming.
Joe Szymanski by George. Isaiah, you had to get out of the game there a little bit for a while in the second half with 4 fouls. Talk about how you're able to keep your mentality and your mindset going in so that when you got back in, you hit the big shots that you were able to hit.
Like I said, really credit to my teammates. When I came out, they went on a run, and the energy was high, bench energy was high. And that's what teams are for. Whenever one player's down, you got 5 other guys that go out there and pick it up for you. So like I said, when I came in, like I said, I was real comfortable based off what the ground they laid in that period of stretch of time, and shots went in.
We'll go back to Stu here in the front.
I guess this is for Gibson, since you were on, at least guarded Bailey a little bit, switching and stuff. You guys really swarmed him early, caused a lot of problems, got a lot of steals. Kalu and Amari did a good job again, like they did the previous game. Can you just kind of describe what, I mean, we see what the tactic is, but what you guys are trying to do there?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're guarding a player like that, it's a team defense. You know, one guy's not going to stop, you know, him from scoring. So I think for us, it was just, you know, pushing his catches out, you know, making them hard, and then just kind of swarming him, you know, making him think there were, you know, kind of, we weren't doubling him, but making him think that there were more guys around him with our hand activity. And, you know, I think you saw that a lot, you know, forcing him into some tough kind of, you know, long hook shots, and, you know, he had a few turnovers. We were able to get our hands on it. But, yeah, I mean, it's a team thing. I think, obviously, you know, Kalu and Amari did an unbelievable job, but, you know, they knew that we had their back, you know, when they were guarding him. So, yeah, it was a team effort.
Isaiah, Amari was talking the other day about how much you have helped him during the season. When you see what he does out there today with 15 points and everything else he did, how does that make you feel, and how much can this guy do?
Amari's potential is out of this world. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of been reversed. I remember my freshman year, my seniors, they did a good job of just taking me along the ropes. And from when Amari first committed, he's kind of given me life in the sense of just seeing somebody young and raw, in a sense, with a lot of talent. Like, you want to see them succeed. So, like I said, we all know in this team, we see it every day in practice what he's capable of. And I mean, 15-5 to us is really a small sample size. He can honestly do a lot more. But it was a great game. I feel like everybody played well overall. But like I said, when it comes to Amari, it makes me feel good seeing him succeed, because, like I said, I know he wants it. I know he wants to do well, and he has a really bright future.
And you were saying the other day about that last Loyola game, it's going to be tough to play as well as you played in that game and win by 31, but now you got him again. So how do you feel coming into this game?
I think overall as a team, we feel confident. I feel confident. Main thing is just not to take too much for the 31-point game, and honestly just go out and be in the present. When we step out on the floor, lock into the game plan, listen to the coaches, listen to each other, and just stay connected, and I think we'll get the result we want.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right, you guys are good to go. Thank you. See you tomorrow. All right, questions for Coach. Second row.
Josh, again, with Isaiah, just Isaiah doing Isaiah things there in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, he's as ignitable a player as there is in college basketball. He's incredibly clutch. He seems to find his best, you know, when it matters most. I think that's, you know, that's competitive greatness, right? Is being at your best when your best is needed, and he has that. Not everybody has that. He can do stuff during a game where he struggles, but he finds that at money time when it's needed, he can produce it. So, not surprised to see it. He had to sit for a while. But when he came back in, he makes those back-to-back threes that you know, put us back in the lead, and you know, that's just been who he is. And I thought we made a number of clutch plays, but certainly he and Gibb with some of their shot making down the stretch was fantastic.
Were they trying once again to maybe not be down 6 with 6 minutes to go, but to be in that comeback position?
Yeah, we did some things to make it, you know, difficult. Again, part of that's how hard, you know, Davidson is to guard with Bailey and the shooting, and they shot it well today. I think, you know, they've not been a great three-point shooting team this year. They're you know, but they shot it really well today. We had some breakdowns, but turnovers and some things where you leave yourself scratching your head. But this team, like I said, is resilient. And when we did get punched, and we did, you know, Davidson took the lead by 4, I think, with like 11 minutes to go. We were able to buckle down, make big plays on both ends of the floor, got stops, did a better job on the glass, and you know, found our way through. And that's at this time of year that all that matters, all the improvement stuff goes out the window when you get to postseason play.
You guys were a little sloppy coming out of halftime, and then you had a pass go off the backboard and some strange things. You called a timeout. We're a little agitated, and then it sounded like.
What made you think I was agitated, Stu?
The sound of the clipboard was.
I broke a clipboard. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, I was a little agitated with our team, so we lost a clipboard today, but a valued member of the family. But we'll replace it.
Do they respond? I mean, they probably don't see you in that
Yeah.
agitated a state maybe a lot. Do they respond to that?
Yeah, what do they say? Beware of the fury of a patient man or something like that. So they know if I'm that mad that I'm pissed. Because I felt like we got outworked for a couple balls. We were slow to some things, giving up some offensive rebounds, turning the ball over. We were sloppy with the ball, and there's a level of urgency that you got to play with. You should play with every game. We talk about competing fully inside the game. This team can drive you crazy with some of the things it does, but I never walk out of a game, or haven't in a long time, feeling like we didn't lay it out there. It's just like, man, and so I wanted to wake them up. And there was a play, I think, preceding that where, Kalu gets out work for an offensive rebound. Amari had a couple breakdowns, and in general, we had turned the ball over. Robbie threw it off the rim. I mean, it was just sloppy, careless basketball on both ends, and we were down 4. And I don't know how they normally respond, but they responded to that because we came out and went on a run from there. So maybe I'll just do that more often. I don't know. But like Coach Knight, throw chairs at him or whatever, we'll see.
Go to the front row in the middle.
Hi, Coach. Joe Szymanski by George. Held Reed Bailey and Bobby Durkin only 16 points combined today. What did you see that really worked against two of Davidson's best?
Yeah, they make it really difficult because of their ability to post and their inside presence, and then the ability to have guys like Durkin and Kuchera that can really shoot the ball from the outside. Thought Kalu and Amari, mainly Kalu, did an incredible job on Bailey. It's such a lot of their threes was because how much attention we're giving to Bailey. We were trying to make it hard to catch. We were trying to really strong side dig. We were trying to swarm some of his drives, and I think a couple times, we kind of glitched out on the backside and gave up some weak side threes because we weren't as attuned to what we needed to be doing. And didn't scramble out appropriately. But I thought we did a good job. I thought Swope on Durkin, Isaiah's really hard to screen. He does such a great job ball pressuring. He fights screens. There's a lot of, on that end of the floor, we always talk about a lot of invisible plays that drive winning that, the average fan doesn't even notice. And you watch out there, and Isaiah's 26 points are really loud. But I don't know how many screens he defeated today, but I would bet it was 50 plus of flares and down screens, and he's chasing Durkin and making him go off the line and on the catch, and that's what you got to do. And so it was a team effort, but certainly Kalu lion's share of the credit on Bailey, and Swope lion's share of the credit on Durkin. And I thought Akobe did a good job as well, on Kuchera.
And then finally, over 19 minutes for Amari today. You've already mentioned how good he was today, but how good is that for you? You've kind of had the depth issue all year that you can give a freshman 19 minutes in a conference tournament game.
Yeah, he's earned it. It's that's the thing in our program. We're not going to gift you anything. You got to earn it by how you play, how you practice, and then how you perform when you get inside the game. So Amari's had his ups and downs throughout the season, but he really the switch kind of flipped for him in February, and it gives us another guy. When we lost, we obviously lost most of our depth early in the season. We lost Thames and Dotzler and Casey and Hughes. All really by December 1st, where they weren't, playing. And so we spent a long time trying to figure out and develop some level of depth. And it's finally kind of come to fruition. And Amari's, been consistently really good for us. And he was awesome today. He looked a little shell-shocked in the start, but once he kind of got his legs under him, and he was fantastic in the second half. He, that game happens, 3 weeks ago, and Swope goes out with 4 fouls with 12 minutes to go, that we have no chance to win that game. That's the growth of this team and what having a guy like Amari off the bench gives us in terms of depth.
You got Loyola again. It was apparently a master game plan the last time around. What do you guys have to take from that again tomorrow?
That was maybe a self-proclaimed master game plan. I don't know if anybody thought that. No magic in the game plan. We just got to do a really good job. Loyola's terrific team, exceptionally well coached. Drew does a great job. They've got just Jaden Dawson, I think in the 2 games against us, is 10 for 13 from 3. He's played at an unbelievable level. Sheldon Edwards, school record for made threes. Miles Rubin leads the league in dunks. He's an unbelievable athlete above the rim. Hinsu playing the point for them. Des Watson, they come off the bench. Their bench depth is really good as well. Jalen Quinn and those guys coming off. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. We know going to the tournament, it's kind of like climbing a mountain. Every step you take, every tier you clear, it gets harder. If you're climbing a mountain, the further up you go, less oxygen, the conditions get worse. You got to kind of, every line gets higher for us to cross. So every step of this journey is going to be more difficult than the one before it. And so we know the incredible task we got. We know how good Loyola is. They beat us up there. We were able to get them back at our place. 3rd time we've played in a month, I believe. So it's not like we're not familiar with each other. This is the 3rd game in 30 days. So they'll have some adjustments, I'm sure, to what we did last time. We've got to make sure that we're locked in and ready to go and play with the same defensive energy we did here in the first 15 minutes today. We can sustain that over a longer period of time.
And just what are the physics of breaking a clipboard? Does it matter how hit on the edge?
I want to credit our strength coach Jake Musselman. Manselman's been he's been lifting me, so I credit him for that. I don't think I could have broke it a couple months ago. So I think you got to try to hit it on the right spot. I think that's the 2nd one this year, but you got to hit it. I've gone years without breaking any, so I don't think I broke any for a couple years. But coaching Kalu and Amari can drive somebody to break some clipboards.
When was the other one?
What game was that? We won the game at home. I don't remember what game it was, though, but I broke one at home that we wound up coming back and winning the game. So maybe I'll just, that and wear a sport coat will be good to go.
Yeah.
That was like Bo Jackson over the knee. I just did it over the knee like Bo Jackson did the bat. I just did it with a clipboard. Exactly.
All right, well, we'll end on those clipboard questions.
Yeah,
Thank you,
those are
Coach.
the tough stuff. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, we are now joined by Davidson head coach Matt McKillop and Connor Cachero. We'll start off with an opening statement from Coach, take questions for Connor, and then questions for Coach.
Well, clearly disappointment in the season coming to an end today. But congrats to Coach Schertz and St. Louis. They're a very talented team. They're a very well-coached team, and your hands are full when you play against the talent that they have. And when Swope makes five and Gibson makes 6 threes, it's tough. But despite that, I thought our guys were sensational in how they battled. And you saw so many different guys step up at different times, whether it was a freshman, whether it was a senior, whether it was a guy who's been with us 1 year, a guy like Hunter Adam who's just getting better and better by the day. So it's pleasing as a coach to see our guys all produce these last 48 hours in a way that just makes you so proud of all the work that they've put in. I just wish we were able to see the reward at the end with the win.
All right, if you have a question for Connor, please raise your hand. We'll get you the mic. Anyone? We'll go in the front.
Connor, end of a up and down season for you guys. Kind of what's the takeaway from you as a player here from the season overall for you guys?
I mean, I'm just so proud of our team. My teammates. We were a really close team. We suffered a couple close losses, but we stuck together the entire season, and that is just speaks to the character of all the guys that I'm in the locker room with. Those are my best friends I get to practice with, to play with every day. And I couldn't be more thankful for them, for the coaching staff, for the wonderful Davidson community. I've truly been blessed as a player, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity that Davidson's given me.
Go far aisle, first row.
What makes a player like Robbie Avila so hard to guard with his ability to pass it and then get down low and score?
Yeah, I mean, just that versatility. Obviously, he plays at his own pace. He plays under control. He knows what he wants to do with the ball. The game planning against him is very difficult. And you try to throw different things at him to keep him on his toes. But at the end of the day, he's a great player, and he makes great plays. So just trying to contain him, it's difficult. But having that ability to pass and play make and then also score is what makes it difficult.
Go right here.
Michael Bergman, 810 Talk. Connor, this could be the end here for you, kind of Davidson. So what kind of has been your takeaway kind of from your time here playing for Coach? What has kind of been some of your favorite kind of moments and memories throughout the years, and what has really stuck out to you the most with your relationship with Coach?
I mean, the first thing I would say is the people at Davidson are just unbelievable. I've been extremely blessed. It's something I try to do is surround myself with great people. I've had great support from my family, from my friends back home, but I found a second home here at Davidson, and it's really because of the people, because of Coach, because of my teammates. Like I said, they're all my best friends, and when you're around your best friends every day, you tend to have a good time, and the good days outnumber the bad days, So I'm just super thankful. If there's one thing that I take away from Davidson, it's the importance of friendship and surrounding yourself with great people.
Anything else for Connor? All right, thank you, Connor. You're good
Thanks,
to go.
guys.
Questions for Coach McKillop? First row.
Coach, kind of in the same way I forwarded it to Connor, Coach, Joe Szymanski by George. Up and down season for you guys, really good start, frustrating in conference play. There was a lot of close games, though, for you guys. Does that make the season more frustrating, or do you think that's something you can build upon to get to an even better place next season?
It was certainly frustrating in the moment, but the attitude of Connor and his teammates every day in practice, they didn't seem phased. They continued to work, and I think it's a great building for the future, obviously, and the fact that we had some freshmen, which is, I don't know how many teams played multiple freshmen as much as we played Manny and Rob and Roberts Blooms, and it gives you stuff to be excited about. But unfortunately, we lost some really close games last year, and we thought that was going to put us in position to not lose as many close games this year. Without this being an excuse at all, most of non-conference play, we play with Sean Logan, who we believe is one of the greatest defenders in Davidson's history through 2.5 years. What it challenged us to do is we had to put a lot of different roles on a lot of different players, and we asked Reed to carry so much, and we had asked Bobby to play so many minutes, and Zach Laput had to play the 4, not the 3. But I think it took time to grow and adapt. And even though the scoreboard at the end of the season, at the end of those games, didn't show it, we were getting better. And that's why our guys came here with such an incredible attitude and confidence. And, you know, just coming here to have fun. And, you know, for, I don't know when it was when we had that lead and then Swope hit the back-to-back threes, 5 minutes left for 35 minutes. You know, you remove the first two. You know, that was 33 minutes of really fun Davidson basketball. And just got to capture that moment and remember those moments.
And then speaking to the future, you had the announcement this past week, you know, Steph Curry's coming in as assistant GM. He's giving a lot of money to both men's and women's basketball program. How exciting is that for you as a head coach to have him come back here and to help you guys out for the building for the future like that?
It's really exciting, and maybe that's why we felt really good coming into this tournament. Oh, there's a lot of good things happening. We didn't get that win on the court, but we got a win with something like Stephen Curry and Matt Berman being named assistant GMs, and what their fund will do. But it's exciting, absolutely. It'll help us, absolutely. But what I think it's going to do is it's going to allow us to make sure that we can recruit players like Connor Kuchera that are exceptional humans and keep them here at Davidson.
Who else has a question for Coach?
Michael Bergman, 810 Talk. Coach, some of the really bright spots towards the end of the season, I guess one of your freshmen, Mike Loughnane, really had a tremendous game today, especially the way he was able to shoot the ball and being an overall playmaker. What have you seen kind of from the emergence of him and Maisie Jones and a lot of these younger guys who've really started to kind of get their imprint on the program, and what excites you about their futures?
Well, I'm excited that they've gotten the experience to see how good and talented that they are, and they have the ability to help us win at a high level. And you specifically mentioned Mike, and Hunter Adam wasn't started into the starting lineup, and he's done some great things for us. 7 rebounds, 4 offensive, made a huge 3 for us. Manny, there were times throughout this last 6 weeks where we were like, we can't take him off the court because of how well he is helping our defense. Robert Blooms, I mean, he is as exciting a player to watch, exciting player to coach. He's got so much talent, and we saw such pieces of it. It gets you excited. I would be more excited if it ended up with a win today, but we've got incredible kids in our locker room, and then Connor made some mention of it. But it's tough to lose close games when you have to get up the next day and get in the gym with guys that you don't necessarily love spending time with, or love sitting down and having to watch film with, and question how they're going to respond to coaching and us trying to help. I did not have that problem at all this year. We were very fortunate to have some incredible players and incredible young men.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.